Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Are we all good? You guys hear me? I think you guys should be able to hear me. I think it should be good. I'm connected to the internet. But yeah, let's get into the preview. And you guys probably didn't hear anything I said. We are previewing the Cleveland Browns versus the Las Vegas Raiders, our Week 12 matchup. On the way in, you guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and also hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything from Raiders Primos. We know Shedeur Sanders, you guys, is going to start. He's going to start for the Cleveland Browns. We know the whole deal with that going into the draft where he was linked to the Raiders. Raiders pass on him many times, 5 rounds. And then Cleveland finally snatches him in the 5th round. But I think the story that's going to come out of this game, you guys, is Myles Garrett versus this terrible Raiders offense. I say that because you have a Raiders offense that their offensive line is possibly the worst in the league, a quarterback that is the worst quarterback in the league, holding onto the ball for long periods of time, throwing, leading the league in interceptions, 13, I believe. And it seems like they're not going to stop. They're going to keep on going. He is going to be due for an interception tomorrow. And also, you have a play caller in Chip Kelly who fails to want to run the football, calling passing plays at like every single chance he can get, not running the football. This is going to open it up for Myles Garrett to, guys, he is 7.5 sacks away from the record. He can very well break the record with 8 sacks in this game. He can have a career game. And you might think I'm exaggerating. This is the best pass rusher coming into Allegiant Stadium, you guys, going against the worst offensive line, the worst quarterback, and the worst offensive coordinator. It's gonna get nasty, you guys. It's gonna get nasty real quick. Let's go with the pro preview from NFL Pro. At glance, the points per game, the Browns and the Raiders are basically neck and neck. They're both offenses have been subpar this year. But like I said, they do have a new quarterback at the helm tomorrow. Shedeur Sanders, his first NFL start will be against the Las Vegas Raiders. But up until then, the offense has been stagnant for the Cleveland Browns, only scoring 16.2 points per game. The Raiders have not been any better, just scoring 15.5 points per game. This has been the story, you guys, for the past maybe 3-4 years. And what's crazy, you guys, the Raiders have had different regimes in the past 4 years. The AP, Josh McDaniels, and now Pete Carroll. But yet the constant thing, this offense is still struggling to put points up on the board, scoring only 15.5. Their average, they rank 30th in the league. Their record in close games, 1-3 to the Raiders, 1-4 to the Browns. Their turnover differential, the Browns are in the top 10 in that category with +3. So this defense, you guys, they can get turnovers. As for the Raiders, we are in the -4 territory. So this is all leaning towards an advantage to the Cleveland Browns. You have a new quarterback that is taking over for your offense. Your defense is likely going to be getting the worst offense they probably ever faced this season. So expect turnovers to happen. The Cleveland, and I'm being real here, you guys. This is going to be a real show. I'm not hyping up. Am I rooting for the Raiders to win this game? Yes. But this show is not going to be optimistic Raider Primo. This show is going to be realistic Raider Primo. This is a game that the Raiders, by no means, on paper, look like they can win. If anything, the Browns defense is going to dominate this Raiders offense. Hurts me as a Raider fan saying that, but this defense is going to dominate the Raiders offense. I do not expect anything to go right for the Raiders offense unless they get Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty involved. But their offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly, keeps taking them out, willingly taking them out of the game. Yes, you can say, not with Brock mainly, it's mainly Jeanty, but the run sets up the pass. Brock is already putting up numbers on the stat sheet without a true run game and a real, decent quarterback throwing it his way. Imagine if we can get this running game going, get the pressure off of Geno, have the Cleveland Browns bite on the run. And if you guys haven't guessed already, one of the keys to the game, establish the run. Run to set up the pass. Chip, if you want to get pass happy, you gotta establish the run game first, especially because you keep calling play action passes without running the football as if you're fooling anybody. This is going to be a defensive line that you have to slow down. I expect screen passes, quick passes, but also that play action pass has to work. So you have to establish the run game. If you do not establish the run game, it's going to be a long, long day for Geno Smith and this Raiders offensive line. Going into the overall passing efficiency, you guys, the Browns offense versus the Raiders defense, the advantage does go to the Raiders defense. But like I said, you guys, new quarterback is coming in. They're not playing Dillon Gabriel. They're not playing who else they had playing outside of Joe Flacco. Was it just Dillon Gabriel? So the point is they're not playing Dillon Gabriel. They're playing Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to actually give the advantage to the Browns offense. The Raiders defense, they're going to be on the field a lot, you guys. This is a complementary football. The Raiders defense cannot be on the field for 28 to 35 minutes, where the Raiders offense, they're not going to be able to sustain drives. So I'm expecting the Raiders defense to be on the field majority of the game, which is going to hurt them more than do well for them. So I expect the Browns offense, they're likely going to be running the football, where the Raiders do rank 12th in the league in rushing efficiency on defense, and the Browns rank 25th. But again, I go back to they got a new quarterback under center. If Shedeur is having a decent game, not even a good game, just a decent game, completing passes, not turning over the football, basically making the Raiders defense respect the passing game, it's going to be a long day for the Raiders defense. And on top of that, their offense is not going to do any justice to them. They're going to be likely having short drives, 3 and outs. And basically we're going to be asking this Raiders defense to put points on the board, get a pick six, hopefully get some turnovers. But again, you guys, we're going to be asking a Raiders defense to do things that they do not do. They don't get turnovers. They don't get sacks. So you're asking a lot for a defense that doesn't do any of those things. It's going to be a long day tomorrow. Comparing that to the Raiders offense versus the Browns defense, straight sweep advantage for the Browns defense. They rank top 10 in every category, from passing efficiency to rushing efficiency to the pressure rate. And it does not look good for the Raiders. Like I said, this could be possibly the worst offense the Browns are seeing this year, with 29th ranked in passing, 32nd ranked in rushing, and an 18th ranked in pressure rate allowed. But after last week's game, you guys, we made the Dallas Cowboys defense, one of the worst defenses in the league, look like a top 10 defense. So now you can only imagine you're now getting a top 10 unit in the Cleveland Browns coming into Allegiant Stadium against a terrible offense like the Las Vegas Raiders. It is going to be disgusting to watch. Let me get into some more of these comments, you guys, before we move on. We got Ed Lopez in the building. Raiders are trash. Yeah, I do not blame you for saying that, Ed Lopez. They are garbage. They're garbage. And like I said, this is going to be a real show. This is not going to be your optimistic Raider Primo type show. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for the Raiders, but honestly, you guys, we're 2-8. The Raiders offense has not shown anything at all this season. And I'm expecting more of the same. So I'm expecting that Cleveland is going to come into Allegiant and they're going to have their way with the Raiders. Again, still rooting for the Raiders to win. I will predict the Raiders to win, but it's probably going to be like another 17-14 or low scoring game. But I'm expecting the Browns to come in and have their way. Like I said, you guys, Myles Garrett, here's next gen stats, keys to the game. Myles Garrett is leading the NFL with 15 sacks. He is on a 17-game pace to finish with 25 and a half, which would break the record of 22 and a half, which is held by TJ Watt and Michael Strahan. And it's crazy. There's another player in there that I don't know, but I know there's another player that has 22 and a half. Brock Bowers has 151 receptions in 24 career games. That is most by any tight end in NFL history over their first 2 career seasons. Bowers needs 9 receptions to join Odell Beckham Jr. as the only players with 160 or more receptions over their first 25 career games. I'm expecting Brock to get a lot of targets, you guys. Is he going to get 9 receptions? I'm not expecting, unless Geno is just force feeding him at that point. Like I said, the offensive line, are they going to give Geno time to throw in the pocket? It's going to be a very, very tough task to ask of them, especially going against a defensive line that has a Myles Garrett, the leading sack leader, the best pass rusher in football right now, on the other side of them, and especially with our tackles. You got Stone Forsythe on the left side, DJ Glaze on the right side, 2 tackles who have been very, very struggling as of late. It's going to be a very, very tall task to get Brock Bowers the football. Keyshawn Jenkins has been hit behind the line of scrimmage on 51% of his rushing attempts this season. It is the highest rate among running backs with at least 100 carries, resulting in 102 yards lost before contact. Judkins has collected 555 yards after contact with these yards, compromising 89.5% of his total rushing yards, which is 5th highest among the same group. And it seems like him and Genty, they're both having the same struggles, you guys. But again, the Raiders rushing defense is, I believe they're ranked 12th in the rushing efficiency, which I do expect the Browns to try to get the pressure off Shedeur. They're not going to have him pass the football a lot. If they do, I will be really, really shocked by that. So I do expect the Cleveland Browns to try to establish some run game. So expect Judkins to get the football a lot. Will our rushing defense take advantage of the poor rushing offense by the Browns? We have yet to see, because against Dallas, Javonte Williams did have some holes to get through. And we know one thing about Judkins: if you give him a hole, and grass and space to run, he has the burners. He has the afterburners to take one to the house. Another preview for Brock Bowers, another key to the game. Brock Bowers has led the Raiders in weeks 10 and 11 in both target share and team air yard share, recording 132 air yards through 2 games. The Raiders traded Jakobi Meyers to the Jaguars, who led the team in target share and team air yard share prior to the deadline deal. Oh, sorry, guys, just getting home from work, but we still got to preview this game. Like I said, you guys got to give Brock Bowers the football, but it is going to come down to does Geno have time in the pocket? Is he going to be able to utilize his legs? And I'm not even going to say be able to utilize his legs, because he doesn't utilize his legs enough, in my opinion. He stays in the pocket and he holds onto the football way too long. Again, we are in week 12, you guys. We played 10 games so far. I think we've seen what this offense is. Don't expect much from this offense. And I know you guys are probably already not expecting much, but the point of the matter is Brock is probably going to have a slow game, unless it's a game like the Jaguars where he is just getting force-fed and he's catching fire. But like I said, what scares me is that defensive line of the Browns. Speaking of which, Myles Garrett versus Geno Smith. Myles Garrett has generated pressure on 16.8% of pass rushes, leading to 42 pressures, tied for 6th most among edge rushers. Garrett has converted 15 of these pressures into sacks, recording a 35.7 pressure to sack rate, his highest since at least 2018, and highest among edge rushers this season. Geno Smith has been pressured on 35.3% of dropbacks, with opposing defenses converting sacks on 24.8% of these pressures, which is the 6th highest rate among quarterbacks. Now you're asking, gotta wake up. Now we talked about establishing the running game. right, you guys? Ashton Jeanty versus the Browns defense. He has forced a missed tackle on 31.8% of rushing attempts, which is the fifth or fourth highest rate among running backs this season. From these 47 missed tackles, Jeanty has accumulated 228 extra rushing yards. The Browns defense has allowed a 21.9% missed tackle rate to running backs, giving up 352 yards to running backs from missed tackles, ranking among 10 NFL defenses to allow more than 350 missed tackle yards. Another team, another defense, you guys, that is struggling in the running defense department, struggling. Yeah, CGR, I'm probably gonna need some coffee, but I'm actually heading to the gym afterwards. So that's probably gonna wake me up. Don't need coffee for that. But definitely, you guys, this is another defense that is they struggle in tackling. They struggle. They struggle in tackling. They struggle in the rushing defense department. Is this going to be another game where Chip Kelly just does not run the football? They're just that, like, I'm expecting it. I'm expecting Chip Kelly to come out, pass the football crazy when this Browns defense, they struggle to tackle running backs. They struggle to stop running backs in the backfield. If you want to get the pressure off of Geno, especially for Myles Garrett, you got to establish the run. Let me get into some more of these comments, you guys. We got Lee Guy in the building. Sup, brother? We got CGR. Until they can prove they can win, I won't expect anything different. Oh, you are right, CGR. Lee Guy said, I expect Myles Garrett 5 sacks and their defense to have a field day because the Raiders are frustrating AF. Oh, I agree. I agree. I wouldn't even be shocked if Garrett had 8 sacks tomorrow. Coach sipping that Jamba. He said, yo, this team makes me sick. It does. It makes me sick too. Leak Eye, the last time the Browns beat the Raiders is in 2014. Well, that's going to change this week. Oh, it is. It is. Like I said, you guys, Shador is going to start for the Las Vegas Raiders, or for the Cleveland Browns. Man, I might need to get some coffee. You know what? Let me hit up the girlfriend. Need to get some coffee in my system. Now let's go to the injury report, you guys. Max Crosby is on the injury report, you guys, dealing with that knee injury, but he was full, likely going to be good to go tomorrow. Leak Ifo 2 dealing with the heel, he's full. Jonah Lalu dealing with the ribs, he's full. And Dylan Parham dealing with the Achilles, he was full, likely going to be ready to go. I know I said Ifo 2 and Lalu, I kind of skipped over them. Are they going to play? The thing is, I don't know, you guys, with Uncle Pete, he does not want to play our young guys. Lalu did start the season, so I do expect him to be in the starting lineup, at least with Fotu, though. Who knows if he's going to get any playing time. For the Cleveland Browns, they got a lengthy injury report. Jamari Thrash, the wide receiver, is dealing with the foot. He's out. Alex Wright, their defensive end, dealing with the quadricep. He is out. We went over that Shador Sanders is starting. Therefore, Dylan Gabriel, who's dealing with a concussion, he is out. Jack Conklin, their tackle, dealing with the knee, he is questionable. Myles Garrett was on the injury report, you guys, but they said he did not practice due to an illness, and they're also resting him. Joel Bitonio, their guard, again, not injury related. He's resting. Malik Collins, former Raider, their defensive tackle. He was full yesterday. He is on the injury report, you guys, but he's not dealing with any injury. It was rest. Grant Delpit, their safety, dealing with an elbow. David Njoku, their starting tight end, dealing with the knee. Cam Robinson, their tackle, dealing with the knee. Denzel Ward, starting cornerback, also getting rest. So it's not injury related. If we go to the team leaders, you guys, Dylan Gabriel was leading the team with yards and touchdowns. He has 7 touchdowns to 2 picks, had a passer rating of 80.8. And he had a completion percentage of 59.2%, with 937 yards passing. Like I said, you guys, he is out, so he is not going to be playing. Shedeur, in his only his only game played, he had 4 completions, 16 attempts, 47 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. But I do expect that to change, you guys, come tomorrow. Like I said, look at the defense that he's playing against. Geno Smith, we know about him, just getting over the 2,000 yards mark, throwing 2,800 or 2,082 yards with 12 touchdowns, 13 picks, pass rating 80.9, completion percentage of 66.3%. And the Raiders are coming off of a loss against the Dallas Cowboys, where they lost 33-16. The Cleveland Browns are coming off of a loss against the Ravens, losing 23-16. The Browns are on a 3-game losing skid right now, whereas the Raiders are on a 4-game losing skid. I do expect the Browns to break that losing streak tomorrow. But again, if I'm rooting with the Raiders, 17-14, 16-3. It's gonna be it. If we win, you guys, it is a low scoring affair. It is not going to be no 40-35, 41-30. It's not going to be anything like that. Or if it is, we're going to get our asses blown out by the Browns. So, League Guy, Caleb Rogers has been inactive since season started, has yet to suit this season. Here we are watching Cap and Meredith getting pushed around. And, that's the thing, League Guy, is that come tomorrow, we're going to get pissed off even before the game even starts. Like, that's what's going to be crazy. You know why? Because Caleb Rogers is going to probably be inactive again. A lot of these young guys are probably going to be inactive that we should be seeing. Again, I'm expecting us to lose tomorrow. Why not play some young guys? Why not play some young guys? I don't know. I don't know why Pete feels the need to play veterans when we know what we get out of these veterans. But then again, you guys, I'm happy with that because it's just showing that Pete's not the guy to be here. He's not the guy that should be here. We need to move on from him after the season's end, move on from Chip Kelly, and go in a different direction. Got something to drink. That's going to wake me up. But other than that, you guys, I know this is probably not really a long live. I know we're just pushing the 30-minute mark, but I didn't really have much to talk about when it came to previewing this game. Like I said, the keys to the game, we basically went over the keys to the game during the breakdown of the rankings between the offenses and defenses between the Browns and the Raiders, and it's showing that the Raiders need to establish the run game. But that's the thing, I'm not expecting them to do that. I'm expecting Chip Kelly to once again go pass heavy for whatever reason. He's going to abandon the run right out the gate. Blame it on the offensive line all you want, you guys. You need to run the football. You need to run the football. I don't care that we got the worst offensive line in the league. Run the damn football. Run the damn football. Like, that might, hey, you know what's crazy? That might save Chip Kelly's job. If he ran the football enough. Because at least you can pinpoint the blame on the offensive line. But anyways, you guys, like I said, short live. My final prediction, like I said, if the Raiders win 17-14, 16-13, low scoring affair. But other than that, I'm expecting an L tomorrow, and we will be back on Monday for Hangover Monday, and we'll recap the game. Likely going to be pissed. Like I said, I don't get pissed of us losing. We're 2-8. I'm expecting losses at this point. It's how we're losing. That is what's pissing me off. It's how we're losing. Appreciate it, Leak Guy. Like I said, you guys, I apologize that we're only on for 30 minutes. But like I said, I really had nothing really to say much about this game. It's been a shit show of a season, y'all. It's been a shit show of a season. I apologize that the show is a short one, but let's just wrap this shit up. That's all I can say. let's get on to free agency. Let's start talking free agency. Let's start talking draft in the offseason. Let's start talking head coaches that should be coming in, offensive coordinators that should be coming in. Because I'm done talking about our schedule and talking about these games, because we're going to get our ass whooped, bro. We're going to get our ass whooped. But anyways, y'all, enjoy y'all Saturday. I'll be back here Monday afternoon, 3 o'clock Pacific time. So hit that bell, hit that like, and hit that subscribe button on the way out. Also, I might pop up on the recap show of Just Raiders Babies podcast. I might hit him up, see if I can join in on the post-game show for a little bit. Depends how the game goes. Honestly, you guys, if it's a complete shit show like last week, I probably would definitely come on, because man, this season has been very, very hard to watch. But we got seven more games left, you guys. Hang in there. It's almost over. And we'll be getting to the off season. But anyways, have a great Saturday. Love y'all. Appreciate you guys. We out of here.